What's up, y'all? Welcome to another live stream here Friday night. And rather than waste time with the soccer mom chat, let's just go jump right into it and bring in tonight's guest, the one and only Toy Gains. What's up, brother?
What's up, Pac? I don't have a thing yet, like a hand gesture or anything.
No, there's nothing.
Maybe I'll work on that. So just my head. What's going on?
Not much, man. I do want to say shout outs to Cliff on Comics. In before the stream even started, he said, "Let's go." What's up, man? Let's go.
Cliff ain't playing. Cliff is a Newburgian.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, the fine pleasure of growing up in Newburgh.
That's cool. We'll talk about, because I saw you waving it before the countdown went on Wonder Woman. Before we talk about that, though, because we were talking before the stream started, but I want to say one of the reasons I got hip to your channel was when Bones started the tagging video and New York Backer Legend tagged you. So I got hip to your channel, and something about just like the chill, laid back aspect of the videos, because you're just being real. It's just kind of like if I were to hand my friend a figure, what would he think of it, and what would he want, like what he doesn't like, what he does like, what do you think would be better?
Yes,
and stuff like that's like it's authentic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it goes a long way in building an audience, the authenticity. And so like, because there's reviewers out there, like I'm guilty of it, like cookie cutter, here's the box, articulation, size.
Yeah,
you're just mostly just like, yo, this is how it is. This is what I think. And I like that. Not in a you know what I mean?
I do know. I take as a compliment. That was my mindset going into it. I can only be me, and I'm a very sloppy. I'm an efficient person. Let's put it that way. I like to do things efficiently. You know what I mean? So that I took that approach to the videos, and you know, your passion is toys. My passion is toys. We'll always just approach things differently, and that's what's fun about it. You know.
Yeah. But the thing I like though is like you don't have like a specific bias towards one brand or anything like that, because sometimes I'll see stuff where it's like this brand's better than this because it has all these. You're just like, yo, Legends did something good. The Green Goblin,
people get so caught up in just having like, this is it. I like Marvel Legends. Everything else is trash. It's such a it's just not a fun way to approach a hobby. You know what I mean? Like, try to enjoy all of it. I'm not saying you have to buy everything like I do. You know, I'm out of control. But I appreciate something that Mafex does, Mezco does, that weird company that puts like armor and makes them all articulated, like Spider-Man. Reveltech, is it?
Yeah, Reveltech, yeah.
I appreciate all of it. I've never seen anything like this, man. I've been collecting toys for my whole life, and it's never been this open-ended. You know what I mean?
And this readily available to like pick and choose whatever we want.
It's wild. Yeah. So I used to hunt NECA all the time, and when they got the partnership with Target, the shelves were always empty, right? So I'd be like, you know, this sucks coming to Target every day. And then McFarlane appeared on the shelves one day, and I was like, screw it, I'll buy a couple of these. And I love them, you know.
Now, we were talking before we dive into this, because Omar Views, what's up, Omar? I said, yo, Pac and Toy Gains, happy holidays to you, man.
What's up? Always a nice guy.
Yeah, Omar's dope, dude. He's good people.
Yeah, he is.
We were talking prior about KB Toys. So I actually used to work there, like towards the end before like they closed down completely. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're mentioning how you came across a couple of
well, so KB Toys went out of business twice, actually, and I don't know if that was nationwide or just local to my area. Okay, so my grandmother owned a nice piece of property, and all of a sudden there was a white box truck, you know, like a U-Haul truck, just sitting on this property. And my cousin was more of like a mischievous type, and he heard this rumor. He's like, you know, Graham bought that KB. I was like, get out of here. Graham bought KB. I was like, okay, sure. He popped that lock and he opened it, and it was just toys spilling out of that thing, man. It was toys. Now I still have a conscience, so I forget what I grabbed. It wasn't anything great like a G.I. Joe figure, but it was a free toy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I felt so guilty, and he loaded up, and my grandmother found out, and that was the end of that. Like everything she bought was an investment. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, I bought this for my grandkids to own and have fun with. No, she bought that to hold on to and resell. Yeah.
Shout outs to your grandma grinding early on the toy community.
She died with more money than I will ever have. So, pour one out for Graham.
Almost, I don't know how I stumbled on Toy Games channel, but it's one of the best out there. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The approach.
You guys are gonna make me cry. Come on.
The approach you, Bones, and New York Backyard Legend take, it's chill. It's a chill vibe, and I dig it.
Yeah.
But you're talking about KBs because I remember when I started working at KB Toys, I didn't know that they filed bankruptcy twice.
I think they did. Yeah.
Because the time I worked, I think that was their second time. Because I know after I left for school, they just completely shut down a couple months after that.
Yeah.
But that's when I got firsthand experience with the aftermarket guys. Like I was working the inventory section, and it's when the Disney Cars movie came out, and this guy comes out of nowhere. He's a customer. He's like, "Do you guys get the new cars?" And I was like, "Who the hell is this?"
Yeah. And I bought all of them.
No, my manager did. So she.
Oh God.
Yeah, she was one of them too. I put one aside as this. I said, "This looked cool. Let me take this later." I put it by the water fountain. I go to my lunch. I come back. It's gone.
Yeah. People. Reselling to me it just doesn't seem worth it. But I guess at the end of the year, when you tally up everything you sold, it probably is. Because one time I just stumbled upon something and I got it cheap. I was like, "Oh my God, it's a $20 figure that's worth $100. I'll buy 20 of them." And I just didn't do it. I was like, I'm not doing that.
That's the
doing that shit.
I've always said, like, if you're into toys for investing, it's probably the wrong hobby to get into.
Yeah, there's money to be made, but it's like you got to make it at that moment.
Yeah,
you never know.
Like, look at at one point Funko was like that, right? Like Funko had this high resale value.
Sure,
and it kind of just dipped.
Of course, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Legends was kind of like that for a minute too. You know what I mean?
Of course, and then people realize they remake the figure, and then the value will go down, like a Green Goblin or a movie figure. Yeah, the Avengers,
Spider-Man,
right? They're redoing all the Avengers, so that's going to plummet the value of the first run of the movie Avengers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cliff said Tongans.
Yeah.
What's he referring to?
Cliff's mind. Cliff has the mind of he's like a really nice evil genius. So Cliff's brain is working on all levels.
No.
Their channel is fun. Their channel is comics orientated, like we are with toys. And I'm not even a comic person anymore. I kind of got out of that when I was like 14. But I watched their channel because they make comic collecting fun.
Oh, that's cool.
So credit to them. Did you ever read comics growing up, Puck?
Yeah, I read some of the Jim Lee X-Men run just because my brother had the comics.
Yeah. And
then early 2010s, I got back into it because the movies actually sparked my interest in it again. Yeah.
I was thinking about it, but I when I walk into a comic book shop now, it's like it's overwhelming. There's like comics everywhere, man. Like
that's probably why it's hard to keep up because there's just too much variety,
Yeah. Back when I was reading comics, I would go to the corner store and get like a Twinkie and a chocolate milk and whatever comic was on like that spindle, And it just happened to always be Spider-Man, so that's why I fell in love with Spider-Man.
What's like the earliest memory you have for comic collecting or toy collecting in general?
For toy collecting, see, I mean, I don't realize as a kid, I never stopped buying figures. When I went to junior high, so I was collecting without knowing it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because in 7th grade, I was thinking about like tits and butts and stuff like that, But I still wanted Ninja Turtles because they were making all these new cool characters. So I would go to the mall and buy the Ninja Turtles, but I wasn't playing with them anymore. So collecting wasn't really a thing back then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I guess I was in theory, collecting, back then, 7th grade, still collecting.
Even throughout high school and college too.
So high school, here's the issue with high school. Toys got really shitty. G.I. Joe was like on steroids, and didn't pose at all. They looked fucking terrible. They looked terrible. He-Man was always in space, but now they were like really telling you he was in space with like a ponytail. He sucked. I didn't like Captain Planet. The Ninja Turtles were like in a rock band, and they had the female turtle. So things got really shitty. So I was out. Mm-hmm. And then McFarlane with Spawn, those toys brought me back in. And that was my senior year of high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's given me a good idea like what era of the toy collecting you were in. So that's cool. Because my era of collecting was like right when that started, like the McFarlane era. Mm-hmm. With like the Toy Biz 5 POA stuff.
That was fun too.
The X-Men line, yeah.
Yes.
I had Ninja Turtles as well from the animated series.
Yes.
But I kind of the same thing as you though. I stopped after like middle school. I didn't stop, but I was collecting other things. Like once in a while I'd see a figure and pick it up because I thought it looked cool, but I wasn't extensively like I am now,
Yeah. Now now it's because it's gotten so good though. Think about it. It's gotten insane. The adult collector is like its own section at Target. It sucks. That section is always pillaged and rifled through, but it is the adult collectible section. That's never really been a thing. The adult collector was like model kits and trains. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the hobby shops and stuff with the little miniatures and putting it in a bottle and stuff.
Right. I mean, my dad didn't do it, but a lot of people's dads were in the basement making these crazy train sets and putting the mailman there and that's us now. Just,
bigger scale. I used to laugh at my uncle because especially this time during Christmas, he'd have like a whole village of like winter cotton, like cotton snow. And now here I am with like
it's the same thing. It's different, kind of collectible. Yeah, absolutely.
When I think of the adult collector section, I'm thinking of stuff they sold at like Tower Records or Suncoast back in the day. You know what I mean?
Oh, it was great. And we had like Media Play. We had a place called. It was the best. Oh, it was the best.
You'd find like Marilyn Manson or like Austin Powers figures from McFarlane there. Yeah.
They actually had like cool Evangelion figures, whatever that anime I bought like just because they look cool,
Uh-huh.
That place would have some wild stuff. That's like 20 years ago.
I know. It's crazy how FYE still exists, but they're in another. I don't know what's going on with those prices, dude.
Another like
Legends $40. Yeah,
that's why it's weird, very weird.
Cliff said he picked up the No Way Home Mofex for his nephew this Christmas. Nice.
Oh man, that's a great figure.
Hopefully, I don't think he's watching, but I might have spoiled his gift now. It's like, I'm getting.
You saw Mafex is making a classic looking. Hey JB, a classic Scarecrow that looks freaking.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh,
that
I'm pre-ordering. That's gonna be a first brand new Mafex that I buy. I got others in a trade.
See, for me, Mafex is a little like my Mafex Mofex is a little bit different because mine broke out of the box, bro. So
really,
because everyone in my Discord and my friends always tell me, hey, you collecting McFarlane DC, try doing Mafex. These are way better than Mofex. So all right, I'll finally give it a shot because Hush Soups was the one I wanted to get.
Yeah.
As soon as I took him out of the box, the arm was already off, and I'm like, "Oh my
God!" And that's a $100 figure, man.
Yeah, it was a bad omen. And the problem is I couldn't just port it back. There was like gunk from the glue or something, so it couldn't port properly in there.
I think that's what I try to get across to non-McFarlane fans is. Let's bring down this beauty.
Here it is. Here it is. Got this early look, right?
There's the look you want. So this is a great sculpt, a nice looking figure. This isn't a $20 figure; it's a $30 figure. But if I were to drop this figure and it broke, it wouldn't be the end. It wouldn't. I would be bummed, but I wouldn't like. It'd last like an hour. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If this
That hot toy.
Oh God, I heard a noise the other night. I came running out here like the house was getting robbed. Jack Nicholson fell, but
no,
this
him of
Fresco
all
figure,
people.
yeah, right. He was haunting me.
Yeah.
There's a nice feeling to buy a figure and not be stressed out if it breaks or something is wrong. You know what I mean? It's and they're good sculpts. I mean, look at that butt.
So my only problem with that is the torso. They're doing the same thing they always do with the overlay, because you can't really crunch it forward, can you?
Her?
Or I guess you could. It's just rubber, right?
Listen, if you're buying McFarlane for articulation, you're going to be you got to go into it just being happy that it does this. Oh, she can move that way. And you just got to like be happy it does it.
Yeah, but I know, but they made the cut for the Wonder Woman movie figures. I was like, they could have done it for this. I wish, but
I tell you what, I do like. I do like that they didn't
the trading card.
Yeah, I love the trading card. I'm gonna frame them
as I have them sitting.
I have a binder, dude. I'm like a dork. I have them in a binder like the old Marvel cards.
Oh, back in the day, yeah.
They didn't do the diaphragm cut, so there's no, which is functional.
But that's what I was asking about. So it could still move forward a little bit on that, or
he can't. No, I think he wanted to keep this a clean look. And listen, I give him credit for that, because to show restraint and pick look over function as a move, I like it. I mean, she's probably just going to stand there.
Yeah, I mean, that's like most of our displays, right? I would like articulation, but most of the time it looks like this, right? It's just on a shelf, just like that. So
here's my biggest pet peeve. I try to be positive, and I like pretty much everything, but I do have pet peeves. So this Omni-Man by Diamond Select, good sculpt, good head sculpt, right?
Yeah.
Has that diaphragm cut, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't move. It doesn't move at all. So it's like, did you do that just right on the box? 18 points of articulation, like.
Yeah.
It's
and strange. The T joints too. I don't like that. I had that.
No, that's terrible.
And then I returned it, and then I watched your video. Now apparently he's up in price.
Dude, he's going. I got to pick it up for someone that I feel bad, but I got to get to that town and buy it for someone. He $100 on eBay, $100, and I think it's because the show is getting real popular and people want an Omni-Man figure.
Yeah, and that came out like 2 years ago, almost now.
Came out right before season 1, before anybody really knew what the hell an Omni-Man was.
It comes with that baseball and the mitt.
Yeah, I mean, Diamond Select's a weird company. I heard the owner. I have a little bit of an in with certain toy people. Like I can't just message Randy Falk now and talk to him, but when I see him, I can have a conversation with him. And the Diamond Select owner is a kind of a weirdo, I heard. So he doesn't take the criticism kindly either, and they kind of just want to do their own thing, and they don't like listening to outside, opinions. And that's why you get like a weird
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Occasionally they'll have stuff that is functional, like those. I know the Hulks, like the Red Hulk and Green Hulk.
Their big boys are really good. That Hulk was top notch.
Yeah,
and it was $25, man.
Yeah, something like that T joint though is nasty though.
That's why you could just stand there. I just stand there and pretend it's not there. What are you gonna do if you want an Omni-Man figure on your shelf? You got to just take the good with the bad.
Yeah. You have one. That's that's what you can say. At least you have one of those display.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Just backtracking a little bit. Omar says Tower Records was shit. It was.
All the places were fun, man. Kids. I hate to sound like Grandpa, get off my lawn, but when you went to a store and you bought a tape or a CD, that was just going to be your CD. That was going to be, you're going to focus on it, listen to it front to back, read the lyrics. And it became like became one with that artist. Now, when you could just go on YouTube or download the album to your phone, and the ease of it, I don't think makes people appreciate any artist, whether it be music or a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm totally out of what's like cool in the music side of things. If I see something in a video or constantly play, I was like, oh yeah, let me listen to it. But I still
Thank
stick
God for
whatever.
Shazam, because I'll hear something and I'll Shazam it. Thank God for that. Yeah.
Yeah, because for me personally, I just stick to music taste that went up to like maybe 2010, and then from there on, I kind of just veer off.
Yeah, me too. It's funny you say that. 2010, I kind of just gave up, and if I hear a song I like, I'll Shazam it and listen to it on YouTube.
Was the 90s your favorite era?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Everything.
So we're on the same page.
Not for toys though. Not for toys. Toys like I discussed. Toys sucked until McFarlane came around.
But they did have their own nostalgia feel. Like
true. Toys peaked in the 80s and now.
now
That's for
I'm trying to think what was there in the early 2000s, but like middle
Toys?
of it, we had the Marvel Legends from Toy Biz, but that
Toy
was
Biz
like
Marvel Legends.
that was
The
the outlier.
underrated Fox Turtle line wasn't doing well, but they were nice looking.
Yeah.
Mezco came around, but Mezco was making like stylized like Scarface figures.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like they had the monsters too. The Universal they had Nosferatu and all them.
Yeah.
You also had who was the I don't know if you watch wrestling, the Jax WWE stuff, WWF stuff.
I used to collect it. I still like them sculpts for some reason. They have like a charm to them.
Like the overly like juiced out like shredded muscles. Yeah.
One of my favorite toys that I'll never get rid of is the George Animal Steel, like with the real hair on it.
What was this? This is Jax?
Yes.
Hold on, let's look this up real quick. So you still watch wrestling or no?
I pay attention to it when me and wrestling are like a roller coaster. You know, I'll hear something's good and I'll check it out, and if it is good, I'll watch it. You know, I love WF growing up, and then WCW when all them guys went to WCW and NWO. I was just like the best. You know, I thought it was so good. And
that Attitude Era, yeah.
Attitude Era was so good, man. So I don't think you could top that. You know, I say this a lot in my videos. This is sad. As I'm talking to you, I'm like, my finger's on her butt, man. This is terrible.
Always unfiltered. I appreciate you.
A lot
real quick. There's
there he is.
Yo, that's insane. He's got real hair.
It might be real human flesh hair. Who knows?
Wow.
Look at it.
Apparently, it's got a meth tongue right there.
It looks like pube hair glued on there.
That's insane that this was a real thing.
I have that, man. I have that in my collection. I didn't know he came with that like piece of wood.
Huh.
You know, supposedly he was like a college professor.
Really? What inspired him to start ripping off turnbuckles?
Money. It was a good gimmick.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt about the wrestling. Yeah, you were saying.
Oh, I think things peak. Like music, movies, art. You know, everyone just assumes everything's going to get better. In my mind, I think things peak and they go down. And I think with toys, it's the one thing that's still peaking. And that's why I'm so in love with them still.
What do you think not the down, I guess, what do you think the decline is going to be? Like less distribution and we're back to like scarcity quantity?
This Ollie's and Raw shit, you don't think Hasbro's paying attention to that shit? They are probably pissed. Seeing all these videos with like piles.
I don't even collect Joe's, but I kind of wanted to get this for.
It's a beautiful figure for $5.
Yeah.
You think they're not paying attention? They're going to make us pay next year. You're going to see nothing.
Production.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why even some of the waves now are like fan channels. It's like you're not going to see these at retail at all.
They're going to say if you want our shit, you better pre-order it from BBTS or Hasbro Pulse because it's not going to be on shelves.
Yeah, like this. I remember people were paying $25 for this, and like I saw
you guys found that at Ross. That's a nice find.
Yeah, there's like 6 of them sitting there. Like, yeah, let me snag one.
Really? I would have bought all 6. I would have had them lined up behind me right now.
Well, because I'm moving soon, so it's like I got to be somewhat responsible. Like some of that money's got to be like Chick-fil-A money or something like that for the next day.
Okay. Okay. See, I'm bad. If I see cheap figures under $10, I'm going
instantly.
I'm going nuts. I don't care what it is. It could be a Power Ranger figure and for a decent price. I'm not even into Power Rangers.
Yeah, the fish dude from Power Rangers I bought because it was like $8.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go try that. It comes like
I
little
bought
fish
that eyeball dude.
nunchucks.
Yeah.
Another one that I got into, like I don't even know anything about it, but these are pretty nice. They're Warhammer stuff from McFarlane. This was
They're
at Ross.
Underrated. I think it's a truly underrated toy line.
Yeah,
The sculpts are crazy, and he's making new ones. That shit is badass.
I was working on a video because apart from their DC line, this is probably like their longest IP that they have right now, still making figures for.
Oh, that's because it was day one they were making them.
Yeah, that was from 2020, so I can't think of like because the
like
Airbender stuff and like the anime stuff kind of like has one and done stuff. You know what I mean? They don't really continue.
Mentioned Nick Green. He did that One Punch Man, which is I wish he re-released it because I can't. That figure came and just went, and it's $100 on eBay. I'm not paying $100 for it.
Do it, man.
No, I'm not doing it.
Just skip the Ross runs. Just
I mean, I guess theoretically, I really want that figure. So, and he still has a new wave of Warhammer next year, which is cool to see.
Yeah, I have one of those on pre-order.
Yeah, they look great.
Yeah. What's up, TCP Toys? New York back. I thought it was 8 p.m. Damn it. No.
Backyard. Well, we'll be here a little longer, so stick around, legend.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy too, man. He came to my toy show from Queens, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I saw that in the video.
Yeah, really cool.
Darth earlier says if Mofx or SJF do Invincible, I'll get those for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just got the Diamond Select Gambit, Rogue, yeah, I compared Diamond Select to McFarlane because the sculpts are there. You just don't expect to move them too crazy. Get them in a nice pose. Put them shits on your shelf and just appreciate a little sculpture. Don't get wrapped up in like articulation all the time. You know, like for me, I just need Spider-Man and Wolverine to articulate. Everybody else can just fucking stand there.
Which the Psylocke, I had it. I regret selling it. Psylocke did okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
She had a bunch of accessories. So did I think Rogue did too. I wish they would do that with Marvel Legends, like to build a War Room base. Like that was kind of cool.
Yes, that was a great idea.
Yeah. TCP says I almost paid $200 for a diecast truck.
He loves diecast stuff, man.
I didn't. My bad, good.
No, he mentioned that in a stream I had about if you think your collecting habits are bad, try getting into the diecast. I thought that's why people collected diecasts because like Hot Wheels is so cheap. I didn't know they had ones that are $200.
I didn't know the back opens up and it's got detail because I saw his video and I saw.
Oh, really?
Those like those pallet trucks. Or I'm sorry if I'm getting it wrong, TCP, but he opens it up and there's like detail in there. That's crazy.
So one of these companies has to have the good sense. I know I don't know the insides of like the production costs, right? But if you just scaled it up to where 6-inch figures can fit in all them things, it's like you'd have the best of both worlds.
Gangbusters, yeah.
You'd have the regular car collectors buying it, and then you'd have nuts like me and you, buying a truck to put, Wolverine in it or whatever,
Yeah. I mean, we all bought that. You bought the Batmobile, right? The Flash one. Yeah. Both versions are just one.
Just one, and I sprayed it with a matte paint.
Yeah. I have the first one, the glossy one. I'm not talented at all with painting, so I just left it the way it is. Yeah. And then I had the one on Amazon, and I just returned it. I was like, I don't need 2 Batmobiles.
No, I don't need 2. No. And that was $70, man. For it thing is big. I don't understand if McFarlane can do it. Everyone else should be able to.
I'm curious to see when Mezco releases their truck.
The price?
Yeah, you think it's 500? 500. You think so?
Yeah. Anytime they put lights in something, Mezco thinks it's worth like Dark Side's eyes light up, $300. Like, it's like it's crazy. When they add lights to something, the price shoots up.
I'm gonna go bold here, Toy Games. I'm gonna say $350 or $399.
Okay, $399 is
actual retail price is
$399. Braun just saying $250. I think
you're gonna say $401 to be.
Yeah, $401. Yeah, asshole.
There was
250 I would buy it. It's weird. It's like that meme where with Drake when it's like 300 and he's like no, and
yeah,
it's like it's like $50. Like, come on. Weird.
I would, but I don't think. Well, I guess my Legends could fit there. My McFarlane's wouldn't fit. They're 7-inch, but
I have Lobo pre-ordered. I pre-ordered. I didn't go to a computer fast enough to pre-order that Lobo. I went to that. If I was working, I would have probably pretended I was sick, to pre-order that Lobo. Yeah.
I canceled mine, unfortunately.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to allocate my money elsewhere, so I was like,
okay.
Now. Yeah.
I'm
hoping it'll restock. Yeah, you're not.
I'm in a tailspin. I'm going. I'm setting money aside. I have a budget each month, and my thing is this. I had a video that no one watched about collecting tips, and one of them was how to keep this thing going. You know what I mean? What you got to do is just, if it's not on your shelf and it's just sitting in a bin somewhere, you got to sell that shit.
Yeah, I agree. That's true.
Yeah. I sold all my vintage last year, and I don't regret it at all. I might cry on the stream.
Your vintage Star Wars?
No, vintage Silverhawks, Mask.
Oh.
I had all that shit, man.
Dude, the Vac Metal Silverhawks, he sold all
I had them. It was like a burden having them, because the longer you display it, the Vac Metal will wear off just through time.
Were they in good condition?
Mint.
You know Rob D Toys, right?
Yes.
Yeah, President, you're gonna make him cry here.
Oh, really? He's looking for them?
No. He loves Silverhawks. I think he has the whole set too. His was in good condition, but it's like I don't think he'd ever part with those things
because they're works of art. They're little tiny. When people say that, oh, they made cartoons just to sell you toys, it was a half-hour commercial. Bullshit. There was so much thought put into those cartoons to make you want. If the cartoon sucked, you wouldn't want to buy the toy. You know what I mean? There was so much effort into the art, box art, the cartoon, and then the toy. And those little Silverhawks are little works of art.
I'm glad I skipped. That was before me, because then that would have been another nostalgia bet that would have gotten me.
Yeah, like Super 7 finally is doing the Vac Metal.
Yeah, when he said he couldn't. Yeah,
couldn't be done.
Bronzer says you have every McFarlane pre-order.
I have every. Yes, I love McFarlane. He knows it. I'm friends with Bronzer personally, and he doesn't make fun of me, but he does. He's kind of someone who just likes collecting for what it is too. But I just became a McFarlane diehard. I don't know when. I forget what figure did it. I know when Target had like the buy two get one sale.
Mm-hmm.
I went nuts, right? And I was staring at one of the figures, and I was just like, I really fucking like this thing. And then
I'm curious which one this was, because I want to know.
I thought it was somebody goofy too. That's not even like a big character.
What's up, Art? What's up, guys?
I bought the drowned figure that Peg warmed. The girl, that's a badass figure, man. If you sit there and stare at that little figure, it's really nice.
Well, when you look at year one stuff, we had a lot of good, unique sculpts. That's why this year we've got a nice character selection, but it kind of the amount of reuse. And I understand it's a company, they got to get their profits back. But
the Deathstroke for a $20 figure in year one.
Red Hood.
Exceptional. Yep.
Did you pre-order that on BBTS? Were you able to get one of those?
Nope. I didn't think it would sell out like that.
Oh, man.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Red Hood. Even the Devastator that they turned into Doomsday was amazing. And that was like $16 at one point at Walmart.
So when that line first came out, they were under $20, I think.
Yeah, Walmart's, they're priced at I remember this just because I used to go there during the pandemic. It was $19.87. That's how much they cost at Walmart.
There's also, it's weird with price though. I know everybody hates the Hasbro price jump. We all do. But when something is so cheap, like when a toy is $17, mentally you might think, well, it must be a piece of shit if it's $17. There's a sweet spot to everything. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think $21 they are now. That's still a great price.
Yeah, I have my own theories that maybe the collector editions conditioning us that it's going to be 30 at one point. And if it does, I would just like a little bit more or something to make it worth the $30 off. $30 off.
At least though, listen, he has a ways to go with classic characters, but at least we've gotten so many at that $20 price point that now you could, if they were say they did go to $30, you could be more choosy. Like I wouldn't get Captain. I am going to get Captain Carrot, but
you said I wouldn't. Well, I am going to get Captain.
I'm going to him. Man, yeah, he's cool looking, but I'm not. I wouldn't need like every Batman at $30. You know what I mean?
No. Yeah. I would say that, like, yeah, we've gotten a lot of good character selection this year. And I think people needed to understand in year one, he wasn't just going to do all classic characters, because then why would you invest in the line? You know?
I know he got me. It was smart. It really was, because right now, who's going to buy the Drowned figure other than a nut like me? You know, so he had them in shelves because you wanted to buy something, and she did peg warm though, but it was definitely a master plan. That's why $30 we're all buying this big butted Wonder Woman at $30. You know?
Yeah, we waited this, but also like I mean, Hasbro, we didn't get classic Cap, Iron Man, or Thor until the 80th anniversary wave, which was like in 2018. You know, we still waited like 8-9 years for those.
And that damn Thor was at my local FYE for like almost $50, I think. It's insane. And those nice boxes, those boxes were nice too.
I wish I would have gotten two, because the boxes were nice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
people were down on Marvel Legends this year, man. I think Marvel Legends had a great year. Maybe I'm
okay. I'm glad. Yeah, no, I'm glad I'm not the only one, because last year I was, because you were talking about how you just fell down the McFarlane rabbit hole.
Mm-hmm.
That was me late 2021 into 2020, all of 2022. I got into McFarlane stuff. This year I kind of got back more into Legends, because they've been producing some good stuff that I appreciate. He's on my display there. It's the classic Drax, like the comic one from. I didn't like the new version.
Yep.
The Iron Man Mark 1 was nice.
Yep.
Destroyer is awesome. Blob's awesome.
Blob is awesome.
Yeah,
Blob. I love that damn Blob figure. To release a fat guy and to think he's beautiful, that's a achievement. You know what I mean? Like,
how do you feel about this fat guy?
I
got him on clearance. I got him on clearance just for the live action Spidey display.
How I feel about him? I think he's a pasty, weird, stupid toy. It's Vincent. I almost was the dude from Full Metal Jacket. I don't know.
Yeah. I kind of wish he was like a little bit bigger, but I mean,
of course,
yeah.
And the show, it worked.
Yeah.
I actually didn't mind what's his name as Kingpin. I'm one of the few people that don't totally hate that Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
He passed away. I'm trying to remember his name. Someone.
I get him confused with Ving Rhames. What the hell's his name? I thought he was a good Kingpin, though. You know.
Yeah. I have yet to see that, actually.
What the hell's his name? Jesus. And chat, what's
somebody give a note. Let's see. Somebody said Gomer Pyle. That's not
Gomer. No, that's the Vincent D'Onofrio figure.
Oh, Michael
Clark.
Yeah.
I actually liked him as that was, him as Kingpin worked. Some other things didn't work. It's a dumb movie, but it's somehow fun.
Yeah. What's up, Serona Games? Go. He's stopped by. TCB says the Flash Rebirth figure. How that went? Yeah, that's funny how that one went up in price. But then when you had the Flashpoint Flash came out, but then that kind of came and went.
It's like I never even seen that on shelves. I got that Target app actually Target Online came through with that one.
Same here.
Do you pre-order on Target? And every Monday they take out your money and put it back in. It's like, but you don't trust me?
Yeah, it's just in case my better half is watching. No, I don't do that. No, it's crazy because stuff will appear on Target. It's like, let me just pre-order it now because I might not get it anywhere else, and then I'll just cancel if I don't want it. Like this thing, I got it from GameStop, but I had it pre-ordered from Target just in case.
Oh, you found them?
Yeah.
Great skull.
I remember that because that weekend, I found 3 of them, and then you were able to find Robin, I think, and then you found all of them.
When you posted that, I called GameStop. I was like, "Yo, where are they?"
Omar says, "I can't believe the prices we're seeing at places like Ross, Didi's, and Holly's." Me neither. I'm happy though.
Now Hasbro's watching you guys, and they're like, we're gonna fucking get you back, man.
We're gonna feel it, but at least for the time being, at least we got figures at the price they were in the early 2000s.
It's wild. It's really Black Widow. Black Widow was a great figure. You know, I didn't have her in my top 10, but she was right there on the cusp.
What was holding her back from being in the top 10? Not even a 10 spot.
Just because I loved Blob and Wolverine and the others so much, you know.
That's fair.
If it's not like I grew up reading Black Widow, you know, sometimes a figure's so good, it doesn't matter that you have any affinity to it. You know what I mean? But she wasn't.
That's like us, right? We're buying stuff now, it just looks cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like I hated the freaking that movie with Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
But it's a meme almost. It's like somehow it's in culture, it's in pop culture, and it's like the movie sucks, but it's fun for some reason.
And when else are we ever going to get something in a small scale at retail for like an Arnold Freeze, you know?
You're not going to see it again.
Yeah.
Never.
I think, because I'm still working on my top 10 Legends list. I mean, spoiler for mine, she's not my number one because I have like a bias towards the number one. But yeah.
She is good. That's a figure that was $30 down. I didn't feel like I got ripped off. If this figure came on another head, that's what McFarlane needs to do for this $30 price point. Have an angry head and a stoic head. That's the key. That's why Street Fighter is so good. You have the angry head, a normal head, fists, an effects piece, and that's what Black Widow had.
Head. She had 3 heads, yeah, and then a plethora of accessories too that attach on her. See, like it's cool, but it's also the sad part about it. It's like, you know, they can't go all out like that for every single figure, but when they can, that's what it is, you know.
I know. I'm looking at a figure. Like I got this guy at Black Friday for $10.
Nick Fury.
No, yeah, I got him too. I'll talk about him.
I got him too. Ooh.
You don't need Avalanche to have 3 heads and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I get why, you know, they pick and choose who gets that treatment, but it would be nice if they had more. Like right now, there should be another figure that's going to be deluxe like that Black Widow. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because what was the year before? I guess because of the Spider-Man anniversary, those were like kind of like the deluxe because they came with a bunch of accessories.
Yeah.
But it would be nice to get these more than once a year.
Yeah, every few months. So that Nick Fury figure, I went ahead and I cut the coat.
Okay, I'm gonna put you full screen. What's inside it? Because I was gonna do that with mine. Because
just like some sculpt work around the neck, and there is like a hint of a belt. Looks like Shaft now, though, doesn't he?
Yeah. Very few people remember that, but yeah, I remember.
I saw that in the theater.
So did you cut it? Can I see you cut it straight down, or you cut it where the seams? Okay.
I cut it where this. Okay, that's it folded. Mm-hmm. So you're gonna make the cut right. You don't want to cut this coat. You know.
Yeah.
Use that as your line.
Okay. I'll probably
do it because it makes the figure a little more like fleshed out looking. You know.
Yeah, because I did a collection video tour, but like he's like standing like this right now because his coat's preventing him from moving.
Yeah, and he looks like he's gonna like flash you and be naked underneath that coat.
Yeah,
it's not a good look. And
I like. Okay, my bad.
Even though I like that beanie, I think he looks better with it off. Looks more like Nick Fury.
Yeah, I took the beanie off. I put the beanie on Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man because there was a scene I think in that movie where he had like a cold and he put it.
He does, and he had like a puffy vest on too.
Yeah.
Huh. Look at you.
Yep. Let's see. Cerrone he said, "I'll give Hasbro credit. Their MC figures are getting better than the SH Fig Arts. I think the problem with the SHF ones are they just don't look like the actors sometimes."
Dude, you saw William Dafoe? He had like a painter's mustache, like he does paintings.
Yeah.
Like when did he rock that in the movie?
Well, yeah. Yeah, I've always thought that their MCU stuff had like a soft like aesthetic to it. It doesn't look like a live action sometimes. Like their Captain America from Infinity War looked like David Duchovny.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I remember that.
I gotta find that. He kind of looks like Milhouse.
the upcoming Diamond Select Captain America, I know we're just talking about that, looks great too.
Yeah. So I'm surprised they did that because like it's pinless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks really good, but that's another rabbit hole. I don't know. I'm so locked in on I got my Marvel Legends and I got, this is David Duchovny.
Yeah. It's like,
that's bad.
Looks like Californication.
That's an $80 figure.
When this came out, yeah, it was around that.
That looks like John Travolta.
Or yeah, John Travolta or like Milhouse if he became Captain America.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bronzer got the Berserk figure arts and he hates it. Someone had tips on how to make that figure better. It's like if you have an $80 figure and you have tips to make it better,
it wasn't right.
That's not good.
Yeah. You're talking about the Captain America Diamond Select one?
Yeah, I pre-ordered that, and I don't even collect Diamond Select normal figures.
So do you have a shelf with like 7-inch Marvel figures or no? Is he just gonna go on just any display?
No, I just have my Marvel Legends, and that looks kind of wonky there. But I seen
Zach Oates had it in his Instagram.
Yeah, no, I like that. Head looks a little small.
Yeah.
Only 7-inch Marvel stuff I have is the Fantastic Four Diamond Select set. I have that whole crew. My Diamond Select is like the big figures that I mixed in with Marvel Legends, like Colossus and Juggernaut.
Hulk. Like Gladiator Hulk is probably one of the best.
He has the figures out?
No, this is the guy that works for Diamond Select.
Oh, and he has it with a McFarlane. Look at that fucking sculpt, man.
Oh, wait a minute, dude. There's pins. Unless this is just a demo, or like a what do you call it, sample?
He really likes that Midnighter figure, huh?
Yeah. He has
That's a great reuse though, because there's a lot of tooling on that damn Midnighter figure. That was Batman.
I got the Jokerized one.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, the big figures they excel at though.
They're amazing. The Hulk, the Juggernaut. I got Colossus.
Mm-hmm.
I got that guy. That freaking guy on the left. What's his name again?
It's not Crimson. Who is this guy?
Green Man.
Green.
That figure. It feels like a piece of metal. I can't describe.
Like die cast, kind of.
Yeah, but it's obviously not. It's amazing.
I'm losing my Marvel card right now because I don't know who that is. I remember hearing the name before, but I'm trying to remember who it was.
What's the green guy's name?
This looks good.
I got him pre-ordered.
Yeah.
That head is top notch.
Yeah. I thought that was for a second. I thought that was Josh Brolin, or not Jeff Bridges from Iron Man 1.
It does look like him.
Yeah.
Tony Stark made it in a cave. Is that what he said?
Yeah. Box of scraps in a cave.
Yeah.
But
Centurion is that guy. What's the green guy's name? I'm losing my fucking mind.
Yeah, what is this dude's name?
The Jokerized stuff is like I don't know. It's like
Titanium Man. That's what it is. Sorry.
Titanium Man, for Christ's
All right, cool.
sake.
We got it. There it is. We were gonna get there eventually.
That is a top tier figure for anything. Great figure. Titanium Man.
Yeah, the Jokerized stuff he said it's universally loved and hated, but
it is.
It's not taking away a figure from the line, you know what I mean? It's just another way
to reuse a sculpt. Good point. I have the Dark Detective Jokerized one too. That was the first one he did.
Yeah, came with the cards.
Cool. Yeah. Now them cards, that was smart. You know how to get the whole deck of cards. You need to buy every Jokerized figure or some nonsense.
There's gonna be at some point on eBay a listing for all 52 cards for
200, and they're rational. And they're going to rationalize it with, well, each figure costs $25. So if you figure it like that,
technically, yeah, you're getting a deal if you.
No,
but we'll include those base plates too.
Yeah, exactly.
Rabbit Hammer says the best Jokerized fig is the movie Scarecrow. I wish I snagged one when they were on sale. Yeah, I saw mine. There was one for like $7, but I passed on it.
It does look cool because it looks like he lost his mind and now wants to help the Joker. It lends itself to a different kind of version of that character. It does look. It is cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Top tier madness is Jokerized Joker though. It's just like what the fuck.
And it's the cleanest looking one too.
Yeah.
Omar says Hasbro's probably going to go heavy on Captain America figures next year.
I'm with it. I'm all for it. Any classic character that gets like, whether it be Spider-Man, Hulk, they need Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor. If you redo them again, they'll sell. Give them that Black Widow treatment.
We need a Professor Hulk.
Yes.
I'm a Hulk mark. Like I have all of them. I have Maestro, Red Hulk, even the compound one where he's like Two-Face pretty much.
You do. What about Joe Fixit? Did you
yeah, he's right there standing next to Drax because I couldn't find any space for them on my shelf, so they're just chilling there. But I'm
that
definitely
was my favorite arc for the Hulk when he like worked as like a bouncer in Vegas and all that shit. It was awesome.
Are you gonna get the patch Joe Fixit 2-pack?
Come on, of course.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Lucas James says need a Jokerized Hulk. Give us a Venomized Hulk.
It'd be dope if it was half Venomized Hulk and half Jokerized Hulk. That is a custom to work
on. Cliff on Comics says he's looking forward to classic Superman. Yeah, I'm glad they did it on the Page Puncher's body, but
that buck is great. I'm getting it. I have it pre-ordered.
No S on the back. That's what's not doing it for me. I can't.
And so I got an argument. I don't like arguing with people over. I'd rather argue over toys than like politics or any real life issues.
Yeah.
But someone on Instagram was like, "Oh,
given the current climate, how do you feel?" No,
yeah.
No, but what happened on Facebook? My bad.
He swore the S was going to be on the back of that. And I'm like, dude, are you kidding yourself? I was like, no, they're not putting that S on that back. And I wish I would have screenshotted that so I can write them now because they release images of the back and no S.
Yeah, I was trying to find because I have the Vampire Superman. And I was trying to see. There's no room on there to put an S either. Like,
but they could paint it on. Oh,
it'd be super tiny though.
That's what she said.
Oh gosh. So I pass on that because I already have. I still like the Action Comics 1000.
Well, dude, here I got the one that came with Atomic Skull, which is the paint is punched in a little differently. And let me show you what I did. There's a guy on Instagram called OT Customs, and that cloth cape, baby.
Whoa!
Isn't that great?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Oh man, I'm set with. I'm gonna get that smiley Superman, but this is the one that's gonna stay in my my collection, my Trinity. And he did, even though I didn't glue it on that good, he did a Batman one as well.
That looks nice.
Really good quality and only $20 a cape. That's OT Customs.
OT Customs.
Yeah, really top notch.
Did because I was thinking about picking one up from GPS Lot, but I'll check out his page.
They're good too. Their shipping takes a little longer because they're out west, and sometimes they're so busy they got to remake them. OT Customs, I think it's $20 with shipping.
That's pretty good.
Or maybe it was a Black Friday deal. I don't. I'm
gonna message him and say Toy Gain said it was $20.
Yeah.
So please honor this price.
Is that OT?
Or else, yeah.
Top. Oh, I got that one too. You ready? You ready to be jealous?
Yeah, because you customize the hell out of yours. Yeah, see that looks amazing.
Oh my god, it does look amazing, right? I'm not fucking. We're not blind.
No, You know what I was gonna try and do? You know the
That
Gwen Stacy,
great.
the Gwen Stacy head sculpt from the retro card.
Oh, that's smart. Put it on there.
I tried, but the neck's too long, so I was thinking about getting a second one and just shaving off the neck peg and putting it on there because I think that would work. Yeah, but
that cape I got for $20. It's makes the figure so much better.
Done. I'm gonna comment right now. Price match me.
This guy I'm talking to.
So this is the one you're talking about, right? The Nightfall one you got.
Yep, absolutely.
So when you do this, do you glue it down, right? Do you use Gorilla Glue or what do you use?
No, there's a special glue for fabric to plastic, or you can use Gorilla Glue. And if you really want it to be set in there nice, this is going to be scary. I know you said you can't customize, but
Elmer's glue.
yeah, Elmer's glue and a stapler. You kind of want to. It sounds scary, but you want to get a Dremel and kind of put a little indent in there so it's pressed in a little bit, so it's not just laying on top of the figure. You want that cape to look,
Yeah, like it's actually coming out of like the Superman. Yeah.
Superman,
is that what you do with yours? You Dremeled it? No.
I didn't do it on this here. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere, Pop.
All right. Everyone's saying that the cape looks great. Cliff says, "Oh, that's Supergirl."
What did he say?
He said that's Supergirl. I'm saying he said, "Ugh, that's Supergirl." That's what Cliff said.
She's gorgeous. This was my first custom I did. My first McFarlane custom. This is like 3 different. This is like infested soups.
Oh, infected. Yeah,
infected rather. Infested. And yeah, he's infested with bed bugs.
Infested soups.
And bed bug soups. This is like infected bug with soups 1000 head. So, see how that's tucked in there?
Yeah. Okay. So you Dremeled it.
Yes, I wanted that tucked look. He heals up. He looks good too.
That looks good. This is blasphemy, but I'm saying this. That looks like some people are gonna get mad at me. It looks like a scaled up Mofex version of the Hush soups. Like it looks good.
I have Mofex figures, and to me, they're a little better quality McFarlane. Is it $60 more in price? Better quality? That's
it's up to you to decide.
Up to you. I can't hate on anyone that collects Mafexes. I do like them, and I am getting that Scarecrow minute 1. When that pre-order goes up.
Are you gonna get the Riddler also?
They're doing a classic Riddler?
Not classic, the one from Hush. The one that looks like he's from an anime.
No, I'm getting Bane because as much as I love that freaking McFarlane Bane, I think it's top-notch sculpt. He's too big. It is what it is.
He's just not. That Bane trained, said his prayers, and took his vitamins, dude.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something, toy game.
And then he banged his friend's wife.
Let me tell you something, toy game.
Yeah.
She looks better with the cape, but I really don't like how the original figure came out. Oh, okay.
No,
that's why I said super. Really?
Those red legs were just blasphemy.
So as somebody that can't customize, the reason why I was like in my review, I was like, it's okay, because I figured there's going to be another release where this thing comes out. It's the appropriate paint application.
What you could do now is
sell it.
No, buy 2 Wonder Womans and put those Wonder Woman legs on there.
True. I actually ended up finding randomly that platinum version of Supergirl. I just never opened it because I don't really care for that color scheme.
That's more like a TV show, right?
Yeah, like the CW one. I did find the platinum Mr. Freeze, and I got to open it at some point because it has that classic like superpowers color palette to it.
Which one?
The Mr. Freeze, the one where he's like in blue.
Yeah. That figure, that is tough to find. That classic one. You found that in store?
Yeah. So what happened is my friend. So I was like, "What is this sticker?" I guess the sticker fell off the box. I'm like, "Oh, it's platinum Mr. Freeze."
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's the first time finding that in a while.
That's a great figure too, man. This is a great year for toys. This is a really solid year.
Yeah.
Freeze came out in like March.
Yeah, around that time. And then even because the last time I went live on a Friday, like we fell down a rabbit hole of looking on eBay, and even the Nightfall Catwoman that came out in the spring is like hard to find now too.
Yep.
So it's either people are selling out or the quantity isn't as much as it used to be.
I emailed McFarlane because I was pissed. I'm gonna write a fucking email, right?
I want to talk to Todd himself. Speak to the manager.
I got a story about Todd too. So they will answer your email. They told me if Target doesn't put in an order, they don't know what to send. Their distribution is based off orders. They were like, get with the manager. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to find the manager. I'm like, hey, you guys got to order toys. But
could you imagine?
To McFarlane's credit, it's not their fault. Target is just lazy. They really don't. I had an argument with somebody in one of my videos. These Walmart and Target really does not care about toys. They're just there as a come into the store and they're there. They do not give a shit about the toy section.
No, that's not their main money. It's everything else apart from it.
Never has been.
Yeah.
Electronics and
Groceries.
Socks. Yeah. So I was at Comic-Con 2000. Remember when McFarlane was making like little Walking Dead, like the entire fucking town you could buy?
It's like a Lego set you can like create and stuff. Yeah.
Snap together. He had a display at New York Comic-Con that was like took up half a showroom floor, right? So it was a big deal, and he was going to talk and all this bullshit. I wasn't into that, I gave up on Walking Dead after season 2. But we're in like the front section by the entrance. My friend had to take a piss, and he just ended up talking to like the worst Joker cosplay I've ever seen. But whatever. He was a nice kid.
Yeah.
And they're just yapping, and I'm just waiting for this conversation to end to go back on the show floor,
Yeah.
And I see a big, huge security guard that looked like Michael Duncan Clark, right? And I was like, oh shit, there has to be somebody behind this freaking giant of a man.
Mm-hmm.
And it was McFarlane. And I was like, yo, Todd. And he gave me a pound. Like we were like high school buddies, man. Like it locked like Schwarzenegger and from Predator with their hands locked.
They locked up, yeah.
He was like, yo, what's up, man? It was the coolest moment, of my life that year. And it just felt like, he was just one of the guys hanging out selling his toys. I know people give Todd a lot of shit, but in my mind, if he was a prick, he wouldn't have done that. He'd have been like, whatever.
That's he still remembers where his how he started and how he got to where he's at because of the fans, right?
Yeah. It was such a cool moment, man.
It's
and
cool.
Then when he goes by, my friend was like, yo, who'd you just give a pound to? I was like, Todd McFarlane, man. You were yapping to the fucking Joker. You got to pay attention. You're in New York City Comic-Con.
Yeah, because you never know who's going to be walking around you.
Yes, exactly. And then my other story about Comic-Con, you're a wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Taking a piss, right? That's a long one. The lines there are crazy. I look to my right, and this is the regular stall. It was Mouth of the South Jimmy Hart taking a piss.
Mania, baby.
And I looked to my right. I was like, Jimmy fucking Hart. And he goes, hey, what's up, baby? And he zipped his zipper up, man. It was
Touches your shoulder. Nice to meet you,
man. It was so funny, man.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was awesome. Didn't even have a private bathroom. Just took a piss right in the regular stall.
I'm trying to. I think I remember because I was at WrestleCon a couple years ago, and I remember walking. I was like, "Who the hell is this guy in a luchador mask?" Thought it was a kid. It was Rey Mysterio.
Oh, he's like 5'4".
Yeah, and like,
I
was like, why is everyone surrounding this little kid? I was like, oh, it's Rey.
So punk.
My, you watched ECW back in the day, right?
Of course. Most of the time I was drunk and try to hit on a girl because ECWs come out at like 1 a.m. Am I wrong?
No, you're on like TNN or something like that.
Yeah. I'd be like, what the fuck is this? Barbed wire?
Fire on the table. So
yeah, I'd be hammered watching that shit.
At WrestleCon, my friend was chilling in the lobby, and Sabu just plops next to him and starts eating. It's great. And he goes outside and he just bums a smoke from somebody.
That's great. Those guys they were a different breed.
Yeah. I met Rob Van Dam. He was cool as hell.
Before the stream live, I talked about my job at Nabisco. This guy isn't a famous wrestler, but remember the Baldies?
Yeah.
One of them worked at Nabisco. He's from around here.
Really?
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
That guy can wrestle, man. I saw him wrestle at like a high school gym thing.
Mm-hmm.
DeVito's his last name. Kurt Angle and Samoa Joe, they wrestled like every day for like a year. They did their thing, and he wrestled prior to them, and I couldn't fucking believe it, man. This is a guy like near 40 years old, like
still putting on
a show. What's that move? The moonsault. He did a freaking moonsault. I was like, dude,
at 40 years old.
Yeah.
I get hurt getting up from bed, dude. I'm like in my
Tying my shoe is the worst. You can tell the tie your shoe. I don't want to get back up.
Yeah. Dang.
I'm about to buy Velcro sneakers.
That's a cool story you told about like Todd.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, sometimes like, okay, sometimes he'll say stuff that's like kind of wild and out there, but
Yeah.
for the most part, he's pretty level. Like, so I got like the honor to go to like the McFarlane event in Comic-Con like a year ago, right? And he stood there like the event was supposed to end at 9 and he stayed till like 10 because he wanted to make sure he talked to every single person in the room.
That's awesome.
Like that's cool to see people of that stature still keeping
Sure.
it real. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
how many fucking, I know Brian Flynn does it, but how many owners of the company make these videos talking about the toys they're going to sell? It's not that common.
Mm-hmm.
The guy who owns Mezco is a freaking weirdo, John Meskovitz or whatever his last name is.
Oh, yeah. I thought he did one, but that was years ago, I think.
Yeah, he's a weirdo.
Does Randy Falk do it or no?
No, he stopped because he got doxxed. He got like death threats over like Ninja Turtle toys.
Really?
Yeah.
This had to have been during the pandemic when people were like wilding out.
Yeah, it was. That's funny you say that. People just didn't give a. The world's gonna end. He's gonna know my feelings.
Why I didn't get a raft at the freaking Target down the street.
He was getting like weird messages and death threats and shit on Twitter, and he completely went off Twitter and he hired that kid with the weird mustache, Blainer Things, to be like the Twitter guy.
No, Blaine's cool though. I met Blaine.
He is.
Blaine's awesome.
Very nice kid. I actually grill him for questions too, and he puts up my bullshit. So it is a weird mustache though. He's a very nice guy.
I dig the mustache, Blaine. He's a cool guy.
I can't rock when you're bald. You can't have a mustache. You end up looking like a villain. So I'm probably just jealous of the mustache.
It's not true because you could rock the mutton chops, dude.
Yeah, I guess. I might look like remember Bronson? Never see that movie with Bane in it? That's a great movie.
Rock a bandana or something, dude. Like, let me tell you something.
Then I'll need like a nickname, though, man. I can't be Toy Games with that look. Randy used to enjoy talking to the fans, but I think that really jaded him, and he doesn't give a shit about it at all anymore.
Honestly, I don't blame him if someone's trying to dox his private life. Like, that's horrible.
He passed the torch on to Blainer Things, and he does do a good job. He's very he has the energy for it. So it's cool to see because I remember Blainer Things before he went to NECA, like his work he did. So it's cool to see his work propel him into that position. Yep, absolutely.
Really cool.
He did it like grinding and not like kissing ass. He did it by like work and like I think they hired him to do hair for like a Chucky doll or something too.
Yeah, he's been killing it with the we can't say Scream at Ghostface figures. Yeah.
That's so weird.
Did you were at New York Comic Con this past year, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I didn't go.
It's pre-pandemic.
Just
I don't know. I spent too much money there. First of all, I missed the story. When I go to Comic Con, I have a different approach. I look for little stories, like taking a piss next to Mouth of the South, or one time I messed with Mankind, or he has like Mick Foley. I was like I told him like I worked with him one time, and he looked at me like I was fucking crazy. I look for little stories. I don't look to like wait in line to like see a panel.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, those are like if I don't have to wait long, like we got to go to the McFarlane panel last year. If I don't have to wait long, I'll do it. I don't want to waste my whole day waiting for an exclusive.
It's insane. Like one time I went and I saw this huge line, and I was like, "Who the hell are you guys waiting for?" And it was like Ryan from The Office. I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Like, you're gonna spend your whole day to meet Ryan from The Office?"
Wouldn't it be easier I mean, you shouldn't just go up to the booth and just snap a quick picture.
Right, you can essentially.
Yeah,
they were gonna pay to take a picture with Ryan. So everyone has their thing, I guess.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine waiting in line for like. I think fig pins were big this year. I can't imagine waiting in line for a pin.
No,
But
I couldn't either.
But then again, someone can't imagine a guy buying an Arlen Mr. Freeze. So it's, yeah, like you said, everyone's got their own quirks.
So when I one year Mezco had something exclusive at the show, I think it was like Wolverine or something big that they were selling first at Comic-Con. The doors open at whatever 10 a.m. I rushed to the Mezco thing at like 10:15. I was like, oh, there's no line. This is awesome. I was like, where's the Wolverine? Oh, we sold out. I was like, sold out? It's 10:15.
Yeah. So
I heard a rumor that a lot of people that work the show floor, like other vendors, do buy from each other.
That is 100% a thing.
Yeah.
It kind of sucks, dude.
Yeah.
But I think because I got to go like the Machu toy.
Yes.
Yeah, him and his buddy Jay Shot did Between Two Sentinels, and I was at one of them, and I think Trevor said like at Legion's Con, I don't think they do that, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one I want to go to next year.
And he is absolutely right, because I had a friend that was selling at Legion's Con, and I found him a toy, some NECA, some turtle thing, right? Oh, he's like, dude, that's awesome. He was like, I have a booth. I'm going to leave you my badge so you could just put the toy in my booth underneath the table and just walk around. You could use my badge so you don't have to pay to get in. I wasn't working the floor, but I had his badge. I was like, oh, sweet. I'm going to get in line and get a Mythic Legion. They said, you can't. You're working the floor. I was like, wait a minute. I'm not working the floor.
I just snuck in here. That is cool though, because it still leaves it up to at least give something for the.
That is cool. It is.
Except for your instance when you couldn't.
Yeah. Well, but what if I also was a vendor and really loved Mythic Legions though? Like, I would make me not want to vend.
That's true. Just make it just be an attendee. Yeah.
I guess you could pay your friend to go get it though. I don't know. There's loopholes for everything.
Yeah, I had my friends get me the Nightfall Batman from San Diego, but I don't know. I think I don't know if next year if I'm going to do San Diego. I went once and that was like a good experience for me because just to say I did it once.
So was it worth it though, or we were like, eh?
I had fun because my cousin used to get exhibitor badges, so
that's cool.
So she hooked us up. So I went in. Actually, my story was I ran into Joss Whedon at the crosswalk, and people were like, "This was back then before he found all the crap he did." They were like, "What'd you say to him?" I was like, I gave him the middle finger for Age of Ultron. I hated it, and I was just joking. But yeah, it was so crowded though. It's like New York Comic Con, but times 10, just shoulder to shoulder. You know?
Yeah.
It's actually the events outside that are worth it because there's free stuff. Like Adult Swim holds their own event outside of the convention. It's just free.
Well, I definitely want to go. I've been saying that for 15 years. Jesus.
Let's go next year, man. I'm just gonna go, but I'm not gonna get a badge. I'm just gonna go attend the stuff outside of the con.
Really? It's really that good?
Yeah. Apparently, like some of my friends that went this year said, like even if you don't have a badge, you could still have homies hook you up and let you get in. You know, just use their.
Yeah. Well, New York Comic Con, the what turned me off the last time though was there was a literal bus, a Geico bus taking up the end, like half the floor, and I'm like, is this really necessary? A bus? And who doesn't know what Geico is?
For insurance that probably 80% people have here.
Right. It's like I get commercialism, it pays the bills, but sometimes it's a little much.
Yeah, and it's not worth the free keychains they're giving out for the bus.
Right. Then I saw I went to the Artist Alley, and Rob Lightfield had people waiting in line to meet him, but not a huge line. He was just in regular Artist Alley, right?
Drawing feet.
Yeah, he was drawing feet. I just observed things, and this dude was like, "Hey, Rob, I have a little notebook that all artists I meet sign when they do a little doodle next to their signature. Can you do the doodle?" And he's like, "No, I'm not doing a doodle." It was such a weird thing to hear an adult man say to another man. No, doodles, no, not doing the doodle. I'm just like listening, like, what the fuck? Do the fucking doodle, you know, like.
If it was Todd, he'd be like, "Sure, let me get to that."
Todd would have fucking freaked.
He would have put would have put Spawn right there.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool. I'll put a spike on him. He would have did it in a heartbeat. The guy had, the guy
Don't sell
legitimately
that.
had a notebook with all these doodles.
That's
so
cool.
he wasn't making it up.
I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, man, F that. Give my money back. I ain't trying to get this dude's
Yeah,
signature no more.
he paid the money for the autograph. Do the fucking doodle.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It could, that was weird.
That is
Those
kind
are
of
the things I look for at Comic-Con. I love that shit.
it's kind of a dick move because it's like, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't these people buying your stuff,
Absolutely.
But, yeah.
Yep.
I remember my friend met him once at a local convention here in like middle Virginia. I didn't really care to meet him. I was like, oh, okay, cool. He's famous for Deadpool, and that's it.
I know. I mean, to me, he's the Levi's jean guy because I'm old enough to remember that stupid commercial he was in. That was
yeah. I know.
dude.
He had the Sean
Levi.
Hunter hair, the parted look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever meet Jim Lee? I'm curious to see how he is in person.
I saw him there. I saw Larry Hama there. I don't like paying to meet people. I like to try to meet them organically, even if that's like forcing the organic thing,
At a urinal.
At a urinal, I'll piss next to you. But like I talked to Christian, DDP, Jay the King Lawler, Tara Patrick, the guy who does the voice of like Jake in Marcus Phoenix. I talked to a lot of them people just organically, not as like a super fan nut. And they could have thought I was a weirdo. I don't know. But I try to, I don't know. With something about paying to meet someone, you're going to be nervous. You're going to say something dopey. And like we said before, I don't like waiting in line. My time is valuable at these shows,
Yeah, because you're the one paying for it to be in there in the first place. But when I meet these people, I try to do something different or like have a conversation that they're going to remember because they're going to remember everyone saying, "Oh, yeah, I remember that match you had."
Right.
I remember when I talked to Rob, I was like, "What did you really almost just lose your eye in that match?" Because I remember there's an ECW match, the table broke and like sliced his eye out, and he's just like this the whole time.
Well, yeah. So so you something that personal to you that you're going to have this interaction now, So I love Andy Kaufman, the comedian, and I don't love the Jim Carrey movie, but I like it enough because it is Andy Kaufman, and I appreciate what he went through to really be Andy Kaufman.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard rumors about Jerry the King, him and Kaufman had that feud. So I asked him what it was like to work with Jim Carrey, and man, he talked to me for like an hour about that shit.
Really?
He was like, if Jim walked into this Comic-Con right now, I would beat the shit out of him.
Whoa, Jim Carrey's a dick.
Well, not that Jim Carrey's a dick. He got so into the character that he wanted to be Andy Kaufman. He thought it would make for a better movie. So I guess Jerry had this convertible, and they pull it up in front of the hotel, and him and his wife are about to get in the convertible in New York City and go out to eat somewhere. And Jim Carrey is up on his hotel room throwing eggs down at him into the convertible and shit. And he said he was pissed.
Hell yeah, man. Eggs on your
yeah. And he said that's something that Andy Kaufman wouldn't really do. Things with Andy were more like theater. You know what I mean? They had a purpose. He wouldn't just F with you just to F with you. It had to be on camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it had to mean something, some sort of a value, because it's like, hey, it's being caught and recorded, right?
Yeah. It was, performance art. Mm-hmm. Jim didn't get that. Jim was trying to be Andy, thought it would make for something better. He said it pissed him off. Jerry was awesome, and this was right after his son died, I believe. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I met him at a Baltimore Comic-Con. I made sure he remembered me. He's like, yo, Jerry, I'll take a pile driver right now, man. And he legit, him and his, because he was promoting, I'm trying to remember the comic book that the guy that has his own wrestling comic book. I'm trying to remember what it was called.
Yeah.
But even his manager was like, I mean, we could get a Matt out here if you want it.
That's awesome. That's great. Does he have a figure when he had like the Jerry the King, like when he wrestled?
Yeah, I think Mattel made a Jerry the King Lawler figure from like the 90s, right?
I don't know. I like that look he had. I guess it was Harley Race did that crown look too, though. I think.
Yeah. Bret Hart was. Do you ever meet or talk to Bret?
No. Now the most popular wrestler I think I met was Rowdy Piper. He put me in a sleeper hold, like choked the shit out of me. So I love Rowdy Piper because I love They Live. I love They Live more than Rowdy Piper's wrestling career. And that guy did wait in line to meet, but it wasn't that big. It was a high school gym, the wrestling event I mentioned earlier. And I'm like, Roddy, and I'd like a pick. Can you put me in a sleeper for the pick? And he's like, yeah, sure, kid. But just tap when it gets too hard. And like before I could register, like I'm thinking it's a picture. You know, why am I tapping? For what? Dude, he choked the shit out of me. In the picture, you see me like in pain.
Losing your I mean, I appreciate him being like committing to the move. He's just
the next day I had a red ring around my neck, man.
Warwin. And what did he say? He's like, I'm gonna do it, kid. I'm gonna make sure you know that I'm gonna
He said it just like that, man.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I think he might have been the most popular wrestler I met, though.
For me, it was Bret, and the same thing. It was a gymnasium, so it wasn't a long line.
Yeah,
but I decided to be like, Bret, is it a sharpshooter or scorpion deathlock?
And
Bret put down he put down the Sharpie. He said, well, first of all, the way Sting applies it,
that's awesome.
He breaks it down. I was just like, yeah, yours look more effective. And he was like, you are the excellence of execution. Cool.
For a reason. Got that nickname for a reason.
Yeah, he was cool though. He was really chill. I pissed off Ricky Steamboat.
Ricky Steamboat? Really?
Kind of, yeah. Because like when I met him, I said, "Hey, man, my dad was a huge fan of yours." He's like, "What?" I was like, "I mean, I was a huge fan of yours."
Oh, well, we took offense to that.
Yeah,
my mom actually was in love with that guy. We went to a civic center in Poughkeepsie, would actually have big wrestling events, and she took me there just because he was going to frickin' be there. So I mean, wrestlers it's weird because wrestlers. They're like movie stars, but they're not movie stars. You know what I mean? It's very like a wrestling fan would rather meet Bret Hart than Tom Cruise because to a wrestling fan, he is their. It's such a strange dynamic. You know. I appreciate that, and that's why they make toys for it. And that's why there's wrestling collectors. It's just like me buying, an Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator figure, same as them buying Ultimate Warrior. You buy an Ultimate Warrior figure. Right. It's like it's a weird dynamic, but it's also cool.
It is, and I've always thought of it like of course there's athleticism applied to it, right? But I always thought of it kind of like theater, but
right. Well, wouldn't you say that Hulk Hogan is as popular as Tom Cruise?
Nowadays, I don't know about that, but back then, yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Tom Cruise
gets a figure for every month of the year, though.
That is true. He does.
Every month there's a figure coming out. Oh, he's a red bandana. Oh, this month it's yellow. Next month it's to the side.
I would say that Rock's probably on that level, though. Like the Rock's probably.
Definitely. I mean, he's more of an actor now than a wrestler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one of my Black Adam figures right there. Still,
that Black Adam figure is nice.
It's one of their best head sculpts. Yeah,
underrated figure. That was because the movie sucked, I guess.
Whoa, the movie was awesome, man. That was pure.
Is it awesome?
Oh well, okay. So I should preface this, but you're talking to a guy who liked Encino Man and Biodome.
No, I'm a fan of schlocky movies too. Yeah. So.
It was a fun movie. That's it. It's like Venom was a fun movie. I'm not going to go back and say like, oh my god, this is the best comic book film ever. But
I cried during The Flash. So.
Oh, but yeah, I know what scene you're talking about.
That shit got me, man. I was like, I don't know, got me good.
Are you planning on seeing Aquaman this weekend?
No, I'll watch it though. I'm not going to go there. I want to see the wrestling movie.
Same thing at Iron Claw.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what I want to watch too. The Von
Those guys were cursed.
Yeah.
Who thought this would turn into a wrestling show? But
it's funny because behind every toy collector is some sort of wrestling fan.
We all watch wrestling at some point in our lives. I mean, it is what it is. It's almost like video games. Everyone at some point played video games. They have their favorite game. Everyone has their favorite wrestler.
It's crazy to me though, hearing now, like people say Cena was their era growing up. I'm like, damn, dude, I was in high school and that shit was going on.
Yeah, well, of course.
Yeah.
There's gonna be someone that Roman Reigns is their Hulk Hogan. It's strange.
Yeah. But real quick, Serona game. So I said Aquaman 2 was good. I'll probably catch it on like discount day.
I tell you what, it looks fun. And Black Manta, what's up, Travis? Black Manta looks awesome. The suit looks awesome. The actor, the trailer when he said he's going to destroy Atlantis, whatever, that looks great. So,
yeah, I probably will pick up that Black Manta because I missed out on the Page Punchers, and I could just use the movie one as a classic comic.
Dude, he looks he's not going to get more class than that. He's just in that leotard black suit with the helmet.
The King Kordax was cool too. I picked him up.
He's awesome. My friends call him Weed Man, but that sculpt is crazy.
That Kush man.
Yeah, the Kush King. That sculpt is insane.
Yeah, I picked it up because of your review. Because you're like, you can use
it
if you're a Legions collector or something of like that. So it's like, yeah, he does fit in with that type of aesthetic.
So how do you feel about the figure?
Oh, I like it. It's just it's a little stiff on some joints on mine. I don't know if it was for yours. Yeah.
I'll just blow dry it.
Yeah, but I like it. What about you? I mean, like I saw the review, but do you still like it? Yeah,
it's wild, man. It's wild figure.
Yeah. And before, because I'm going to sign out here in a little bit, but before we do, there was one figure I do want to bring up that he's on the shelf. I was going to pull him up, but the Warduke, NECA Warduke, is one of my favorite figures this year.
Oh, it was my figure of the year.
Yeah. Like I was saying, I didn't want to spoil it because I want people to watch your video.
Oh, no, it's the cat's out of the bag.
You blew your bit, dude.
Oh, I don't care.
I
think that video has so many fun things going on that lead to Warduke. I'm proud of that video. That figure's top notch, man.
It is.
It is so freaking good.
And you know how like McFarlane has nice sculpts, but I think NECA this year specifically have done amazing sculpts at retail level.
I said that if you just collected NECA, when their turtles, the Universal monsters, the Dungeons and Dragons, the oddball, they just did the dinosaurs TV show figures.
Yeah,
they're at the top of their game, man. And their figures don't break like they used to. So they have different plastic they use now.
Yeah. What else? The Feral Predator was really good too.
Oh my god, Feral Predator! I don't even like that design of that Predator, but that thing moves like a freaking Spider-Man figure.
Yeah, the articulation's great on that. I thankfully haven't, watch it happen now that I say that. I wasn't collecting NECA when there was during that breakage era, like when they're the joints.
And listen, I think it's overhyped too. Now, Retro Blasting made that video that put NECA on blast, and I like Michael, and I like that video because I kind of like when people put people to task, so to speak. And coincidentally, they did change factories after that video, so I don't, maybe give them some credit. But I do think it's overblown, and I do think when he said these are action figures, I should be able to pose it. Well, I don't know if I have a NECA figure, older NECA. Hold on.
Bronzer says Alf. Alf's a good figure too. Everyone likes Alf.
Yeah, Alf was a freaking. You know what? After I made my top 10 figure list, I was like, damn, I forgot that Alf. I kind of maybe wanted him on this list. Alf is a sensational figure, like this Sarah Connor figure.
That's full screen.
I don't really call this. I mean, obviously it's an action figure. But am I going to put this in some wacky pose? And I don't know.
She can do a superhero landing? Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a different kind of figure, man. You got to distinguish like a Marvel Legend Captain America from like a movie figure. Now, does that mean that if I move her arm, it should break? No. But I've had this figure for, I don't know, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
It still hasn't broken.
Yeah.
So, that dude bought some Predator figure and ended up making a video and put him like on the map because it broke.
But I guess in the end it was better for the factory to change. I guess
They did change the factory though because they were tired of people talking shit.
I still have the Keaton Batman back there. I just try not to pose it too much because I heard those were notorious for snapping at the knees.
The NECA one?
Yeah,
I have had mine forever, and I've done.
It's fine.
It's fine. The only time a NECA, I will say that the accessories, though, you got to watch it. I've had plenty of Ninja Turtle like swords break because they're so thin. That's why people get on McFarlane for these bendy limp dick accessories, but it'll never break though.
Yeah. The beam from my Phantom's gun broke off. Same with Homelander's eyes; they broke off too.
Right.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather have something that doesn't break that looks good for a day?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We are going to kind of sign off here in a second, but I mean, they should check out your top 10 video still, even though we kind of spoiled.
I never think, man.
No. But I do want to thank you for coming through, man. And I know it's kind of like last minute. It was like, yo, I was off this Friday. I know last Friday you went live. I was like, you want to go live? It's like, just
if I weren't on here, I would be playing like Overwatch 2, cursing out some 13-year-olds. So this is probably better that I came on here.
Well, we'll have to get you on the DC Multiverse Society at some point.
Please.
We're thinking about trying to do one before the New Year's, maybe go over our top, no sequential order, but our favorite DC Multiverse figures this year.
That'd be fun. That'd be tough too because there's a lot of bangers.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm still waiting for Captain Carrot and Wonder Woman, but
mine just shipped. I got the email out like 2 hours ago.
You did. So real quick, I'm still waiting for my Wonder Woman. Like it said, hey, it's ready to be shipped on the 16th, and it's like a week later, it's finally making movement. I'm like, damn.
This is McFarlane or BBTS?
McFarlane.
And you're I'm in New York. What's it say? What's the
Now it's sorting through Las Vegas distribution center.
It takes like 2 days to get sorted over there. I don't know what the hell's going on in Vegas.
I think they're kind of they're backlogged because I know I've seen some orders on Facebook too, like people saying it's backtracked. So but
that's a bummer.
Yeah, but it'll be on the list. But yeah, man, just if you want to plug your channel and your Instagram, or where else people can find you at.
Well, you can find me in the streets like around midnight.
Not twice.
Yeah. It's next to, Mouth of the South. Toy games, I make about 2 or 3 videos a week, and it's usually nothing scripted or planned. It's like today I got Wonder Woman, and I made a review, and it was just how I feel. Once I open that figure, you're going to get my raw emotions. You know what I mean? I don't try to watch other reviews first. I want you to get my opinion. And then every once in a while, I'll have like why HasLab sucks video, But
you didn't get the Ant-Man, or the Giant Man, did you?
No, and I'm gonna regret it.
Come on, toy guys.
Grow up.
Buy the $300 toy. What's wrong with you?
I want to buy the thing when I want to buy the thing. You know what I mean? Like
you want it, yeah.
I want it when I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a pre-order is different. If I got to plunk down $20 to prove to you that I'm going to buy it, that's fine.
The NRDs from Mezco.
yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Josh from before is here.
Yeah, what up, Josh?
The Mezco, and they'll keep it for like 6 years and invest it in other things.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. But just taking my entire $300 and then saying in a year and a half you'll get your figure, I don't know, man.
Well, hopefully there's some in the secondary market at these toy shows. I'm sure there will.
Tank. I have a $400, $450 is the most I'll pay for the his tank, but I'm gonna get it. I need that stupid thing.
Really, $450 is the damn. Y'all heard it first. Message 20. You got extra.
Well, it's on Facebook Marketplace for like $600 right now. That ain't happening.
No, I think give it a couple months, it'll die down. Just like the Sentinel and the Galactus kind of died down too.
He did. I got the Galactus, I think for $550.
That's fair. Yeah, that's a fair price.
That's a great piece too.
Yeah, I still have the Marvel Universe one somewhere there, but I couldn't get that one.
Yeah, it's behind me somewhere. It's behind the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
So
we can find you at Toy Gains on Instagram and YouTube.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, man. Thank you again, dude. Like I said, we'll have to do this again. We'll do it with the other guys at the DC Multiverse Society, man. We'll run it back.
This was a pleasure, man. Like having never spoken to you, I felt like we're all friends. Maybe because I had spiked eggnog before the show, but still.
Yeah. I had purified water, so we're good. All right, brother. Thank you again.
but keeping it real, no filter toy games. Thanks, brother, for coming through.
That's it.
All right, have a good night, everyone. Take care. Peace.